Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with a new episode of the challenge, Battle for a New Champion 39. This episode 16, I think.
15.
15? Okay, episode 15. And we are coming back
14?
from the
No,
CT.
15. 15.
Yeah, and we're coming back from the CT and ASOF elimination where CT sent ASOF home. Thank you. Uh, and Jay is on a rampage about CT sending ASOF home, which is very
Can we talk about
to
that?
me.
Because, like Kylan said, first off, you don't know what we're talking about. Like, you're not in our conversation. And then, why are you being evil? Like, why are you being disgusting? Like, why are you picking a fight? In his confessional, he's talking about if things get physical, we could get physical.
Can
Like,
we
come
get
on.
this? Like, what are you talking? What are you talking about, Jay? And then he's talking about ASOF has a family, has a wife and kids. Yeah, so Melissa has kids too. And you were ready for her to get up out of here. These people got
Exactly.
kids too, and you weren't very sympathetic to him either. So, like, for you to be like, he has a wife and kids just because he's your friend, other people have people that they are here for, things that they are here for that don't make them any less or more important than ASOFs. And it's just like, go in your
Yeah.
room and deal with that yourself and then come out here and act like a regular person.
Yeah. Like Kylan said when he went to Michelle. Get your boy. Cause I understand. I understand he got a process, but
Yeah.
Kyler was like, he got one more time. Kyler was like, don't let my challenge persona fool you, baby, we can hit these streets.
Yeah, but I'm with Kylan because first of all, I like the way he handled it. It's like, yeah, sure. Yep, you got it. Like,
One thing about
like,
Kyler, he's not gonna raise his voice. He's gonna
yeah,
let you look a fool.
yeah, just look, you look crazy yelling at yourself because you're not you're not talking to me.
Exactly.
But yeah, so him and Kylan and Burner was talking, and Jay inserted himself into that conversation and saying that Kylan was basically laughing while Aesop was getting like leaving. And Kylan was trying to be sympathetic to Burner. Sure, Kylan is happy that Aesop is gone because this is a game and this is about my alliance and my people being here. And so yes, I'm happy your person is gone, but to you, Berna, I am sympathetic, or I don't know the right, I'm empathetic to your situation. So yes, I'm sorry about that. Like, two things can be true at once. I'm happy you're gone, but I'm also sad that you feel that way. So that's what
Yeah,
this is. And Jay is just being unhinged as per
exactly.
usual.
So as he continues to be unhinged, he decides to have a conversation with Nerese and Michelle, and basically he's like, "You are the reason why Aesop is gone because you didn't vote our way." And Nerese is like, "Excuse me, like my vote didn't put Aesop down there. Like
Mhm.
CT chose Aesop. Like I didn't have no control over that." And
Yeah.
even if I didn't vote, it's one vote to 10 other people. Like yeah, the
Yeah,
numbers.
he just wanted somebody that he thought he could yell at to yell at. And he thought wrong. Yelling at
Yeah,
motherfucking Reese. And you
and
getting
then
mad at so many people. Literally, Corey changed his vote. Good
yeah,
on him. He literally made it not as like he
even
could have
numbers.
stayed with,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he could have stayed and it would have could have still
it would
been.
have been even. Yeah, it wasn't Reese vote; it was Corey vote, and then in turn, Ed was able to switch his vote.
Yeah.
So if anybody, you need to be talking to them, and we'll get on Ed in a minute, cause um. So then from there, Nerese was like, basically, I'm not playing your game. You're not playing. She said something along the lines of, you're not working with me. We're not playing the same game. Da da da. And then Jay was like, we'll never play the same game. And Nerese was like, that's exactly my
Exactly. So glad we agree.
point. Like exactly, you just proved my point right there that you're not playing with me. You're playing against me. Therefore, I have to do what I have to do to, because like she said, I didn't do anything to jeopardize your game. What I did was nothing
For my
personal,
game.
yet
Yeah.
you're taking it personal. And then
Yeah.
she leaves. And then he gets onto Michelle. It was just like,
He basically tells Michelle that I've
protecting
saved you
her.
so many times. I've saved you in this game. And she's like, what are you? What game were you playing? And that's basically what Michelle was where she was like repeating what he said, like, you say me? Like kind of saying, like, what game do you think you were playing? Because in my game, in the real game, it was me. In my like she said, in my social and my people like friends that I made, me covering all the like putting out all the fires that you keep starting. So yeah, he really was. I think he was just like
Unhinged.
I think it was unintentional. Like he is doing too much. He is annoying and this and everything. But in this, I think he was just like just going off on everybody because he was mad. And if he would sat down for a second, you would have realized Michelle is your ally in this. And
Yeah.
that's at least one of the people you should not be going off on. Because if they'll
Exactly.
turn on you, it's over for you for real.
A wrap. We'll get to something else that Jay said later on in the game, but let's get into the daily. So TJ finally lets them know that they are now in conquest and that they only are going for $350,000 at this point. Because yeah, in the past 5 weeks, I want to say,
Mm.
only one person got sent home, and that was Asoff. So yeah. Um, so basically, TJ lets them know, I'm tired of y'all. Last place, you're gone. Like on the
Exactly.
spot.
I was with it. I was actually with it. I'm like, yeah, last place, get out of here. He's like, yeah, we gonna be purging every time. Whoever come in last. This is almost exactly what we said we wanted to happen.
Yeah, I was just
Last
saying this
place is
is
well, I thought they would do last place straight to elimination, not straight up leaving.
that's
But
what I thought. I was like, I was cool. Like I was cool with like, don't get me wrong, I'm cool with the purge. But at the same time, because of who got purged, I was like, we could have just did last place to elimination.
yeah, I thought they would do
Like
last place elimination. But I'm fine with this. And then he also says, and then from there, everybody
basically
the
once
winner.
she yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, no, I was
I
gonna
was gonna
say,
say,
and we learned that whoever wins the challenge, it was just like I said, I wanted to happen. The winner would be able to pick a person. That person picks a person, pick a person, pick a person. But I thought they would do man, woman, which would have
yeah,
made them being able to pick like, I think it make a little bit more like I don't know, but
yeah. You
but
know,
they
with
get
this season,
whoever
they
they want.
haven't really thought everything out. They were just putting ideas on the sticky note and putting it on the board.
Yeah,
But I will say also, if they did it last, if they did one, I feel like we'll get into it later when we get into nominations because I feel like it was kind of unfair. They made it fair, but it was still kind of unfair. But it's called Dark Tide. 5 players at a time began strapped to a speeding boat and are dropped in the water once the boat reaches a certain point. Players must swim to a paddleboard and paddle to collect 3 floating rings and return them to shore. Once on shore, basically they got to play ring toss, and if they get their ring, just one on the pole, then their time is stopped. And like we said, the last place person is automatically purged, and first place wins.
yeah.
Um,
With this not eliminate this challenge, I thought they do these 3 heats, then they do a winner's heat. I hate when they don't do a winner's heat because I need to be able. I even though I don't think it was rigged or anything, but I think it's better to see visually the winner. So it should be the 3 winners, and then those 3 winners got to do it again against each other, so I can see who win in real time, as opposed to
yeah,
you got their numbers behind the screen and you just telling me one person won by a couple seconds. No, I need to
because
see them win by a couple.
I don't think, I'm not saying it's rigged, but I don't think Mariah time was accurate.
I don't think it's real. I think it was
For
close.
her to be
It was taking
going,
a long time.
so
Mariah was
for
taking a
her
long
to be
time.
going the opposite direction.
But Raven took a while. Raven took a while to get to her thing. I think everything that happened is true. But I was hopeful. But it was
Um,
double whammy.
too much of a takeaway with this challenge. It was pretty straightforward. Horacio and Kylan were the front runners of their heats. And then Ed was the front runner of his heats. Like we said, Mariah and Raven were the main ones struggling. Raven just couldn't paddleboard, and she just couldn't really get to the shore in a quick enough time. And then Mariah was going in the whole other direction, but she had a faster ring toss, which apparently saved her.
Yeah, they
So
said by a
in
couple
the
seconds. I first of all, the winners, I knew Horacio was about to win that. I kind of knew Kylan was gonna win that. And
Yeah.
Ed is like really not even really a dark horse because it's not like it's unexpected for Ed to
Like you
win.
said, I won the last 4 of these.
Yeah, you all are over here worried about Kylan and them, and Ed is on your team about to come come through with this. Like,
And that's another thing that Jay even said. He was like, Ed is my biggest threat. Yes, I'm focused on Horacio and Kylan. Make that make sense.
I don't know what it don't, but you know, I like Ed, so I'm not really mad about them not really recognizing that because I do like Ed, but it's just very like I don't understand. You need to be
Yeah.
focusing on the people that are winning. And yes, Horacio is winning, Kylan is winning, but so is Ed, and so you all had several people before him, and what's his name? And then James is just complete just mystery to me within this whole conversation. Like I'm gonna listen to whatever Mariah says. But again, even if Mariah is to her telling you the right thing, she believes it's the right thing, you need to be able to have some discernment for yourself because do you
This
not
is
see
an
the order,
individual
the pecking
game
order?
now.
Yeah, out of all the guys, the pecking order, you are right after Kylan.
In the end, unfortunately, Raven is first out of the game. And I was kind of sad
Yeah,
because Raven really grew on me this season. I
yeah.
feel like she put in the work. She started a little rough, but in the end, once her back was against the wall, she put in the work. It was a complete 360 from last season. Because I
Raven
thought,
is
yeah.
the example of what Colleen needed to do. I seen some stuff, I recognized some stuff, and I took that in and made new decisions. Like I saw people kept saying my name, and so then I was like, oh, that's not my team. I need to go to the other team that hasn't really said my name. Colleen's like, I know they're gonna say my name, but I'm still gonna stick with them. So that is difference. They had a kind of similar start to their game, but they're in totally different spaces now.
Yeah. So we say goodbye to Raven, but TJ lets us know that we're not done yet. That the new voting format is that Ed will, in a public forum, announce who he's going to save. And then, like we said, that person will save a person, so on and so forth, until there are 3 people left. And those 3 people will go to a secret elimination, which I do like because we can't get no riggery in these eliminations now.
Yeah.
But those 3 people will go to a secret elimination where they will duke it out, and then, as we see later, the 2 people that wins that goes back into the house. So I don't know if it's always going to be 3. So this is where I feel like the purge should not happen because that person goes straight into elimination, and then it forces whoever, let's say, in this instance, Raven was the last female, so that makes it a female elimination. Therefore, like you said, then we go by the votes, and then like the last 2 females, or whatever the case may be, or however the numbers even out, those 2 will be the final 2 in the purge or the elimination, and then those 3 will battle it out.
Yeah.
Versus what we see later on, where it be uneven or unequal balance.
Yeah, I agree with what you said as in regards to the purge and the elimination. But like we didn't say it yet, but Ed wins against it was Horacio and Ed at the top, which I was like maybe, but then I felt like it would have been too good to be true. Even though I was like, please don't give us double whammy, Raven going home and Ed would have to win. But yeah, Ed won, and soon as they announced him winning and then they go back to the house. Ed's out here playing like he was playing because
Yeah.
like he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yes, you do. Please. I wouldn't have even like broached a conversation with him the way I think Nerese and Livy were trying to,
Yeah.
because it's no way.
But at the same time, I feel like this again, the same situation with Colleen. They literally, like Nuri said, all your friends voted for you, yet
Mhm.
you're still trying to protect them. So basically, when we get back in the house, it's basically a numbers game. So Nerese and Olivia approach Ed because essentially they have to be one of the people that Ed saves first, so that all their alliance members can be saved essentially, and kind of force, either like a Jay, Michelle, E-Man, whoever on that side of the house to basically go into elimination and protect their numbers. But Ed basically says that I'm not doing that. I'm gonna rock with the team that voted me in last week and protect them. Um, so yeah, I just don't understand Ed and Colleen this season. Like, I just don't. Definitely when you're winning, Colleen, I can see why she did what she did. But Ed, you're winning. You have no reason to make
Like,
scared
you got the
moves.
power. What they gonna do to you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. But I knew he wasn't gonna make that decision. I think Ed's trying to play it very safe. Like, he is winning, so it is putting like I guess it's not putting a target on his back, but it does bring him the light. But at the same time, he is very much. It's like you don't want to call him a floater because he is winning, but it's just such a weird position because it's like he's not making no real power moves and he's doing what everybody else is saying, even though you are the one, you're the decider. You can
Yeah.
decide. So I don't know. It's really, it needs to be studied how Michelle and Jay have done this. It needs to be some type of the challenge
Masterclass.
101, how to convince people that you are in charge of the house without any wins.
So basically, Jay ends up talking to, and it was basically like, so we need to force Nerese to choose between her boyfriend and her best friend because we need her to pick a side essentially, and then we'll, and all hope she'll choose Olivia, and then I put Horacio. I don't know what their obsession is with Horacio and Kylan.
Well, they know he is better than them as a challenger. Like, for physical challenges, they can't really compete
That's
as
why
far
I
as
don't want to be. That's why I don't understand. If I was Jay or Michelle, I want those strong people to be on my side. That way, I don't run into the chance of seeing them in an elimination.
But she
And
don't
they
want to see
also
they
still
don't want to see
can
them at the end.
do. They can still do my dirty work, but this time I'm being protected by people that I know can knock some competition out.
They don't want to see
But
them at the end, so they're very scared of Horacio. Horacio is scary to somebody who don't want to work alone,
yeah,
somebody who know they can't do it by themselves, and also somebody who don't care if they go into elimination. So this person will take me down there with them just because they're ready to compete today. And Michelle and Jay are not trying to compete any day. So I understand why they're scared of Horacio. It's warranted, but and it's a solo game now, so
yeah.
I'm loving that for him.
So basically, they was like, we need to have Nerese pick last. So we get to nomination. TJ comes to the house. He asks Ed, who, first off, why did they keep changing these nomination locations? They was like, we about to be in the backyard.
And for each stage, conquest, chaos, they like, we need a new location. This one is more
Yeah.
conquest. Because I
They
was
just
like,
found a
where are
plot.
we? In the backyard, in the woods?
They just found a plot of land, moved the couch over, and was like, all right, that's our new spot under the weeping willow. So Ed chooses E-Man because
He just needed an
E-Man,
excuse not to pick the other people.
because and then that's what I hate about these nominations, because don't give an excuse that is applicable to the other person that you're trying to throw in. Like, oh, E-Man needed a break because he was also getting voted in. Horacio also got voted in, and you're not saving him. Yeah, I get he's on the other side, but just be like, I'm choosing E-Man. Don't give the anyway. Yeah. So E-Man chooses Berna. Berna chooses Colleen. Colleen chooses Corey. Corey chooses Michelle, obviously. And Michelle chooses Jay. Jay chooses Mariah. Mariah obviously chooses James. And then Zara is like, that's my brother.
James gonna pick me. That's my
He's
bro.
gonna pick me. BUK strong. And James hit the Nerese. And that leaves Nerese having to choose between Horacio, Kylan, and Zara. And this is why I love
Or Olivia.
Horacio. But he's like, don't choose me. Don't choose one of the females. Like, I'll be fine. Basically don't pick me. Like, I'm good. And so Nerese ends up choosing Olivia, saving her, and then Horacio, Kylan, and Zara is the ones going into elimination. Everyone is a little shook but not surprised. They see Jay and Michelle, or as Nerese, Olivia. Let's get into Olivia real quick because Olivia finally, we said this last week, but she has the realization that she was stuck on stupid for the
Yeah,
last couple of weeks and that Jay was just using her.
yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad. And I do want to point out Olivia, no, Jay said earlier, Olivia and Reese don't realize that they're just using them for votes.
Yeah.
Who you have at least 60% of your alliance that you're just using for votes. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. And then
But
he also says that I'm not playing this game with emotions.
every episode, here you come with your outrageous emotion.
Like,
Yeah,
I
he
don't.
just say things that apply to him. He look in the mirror, he be like, "What am I doing?" And I'm gonna say that they doing it.
Yeah. And like everybody said, I feel like these vets don't like Michelle and Jay because the game they're playing is weak. And yeah, it's not a good game. So we get to elimination. It is a three-way elimination. It's a obstacle course called off no. It's a well, I don't think they give it a name. It's a conquest elimination. Players race to complete three stations. I hope they don't keep it the same way as all, the rest of
Every time.
conquest. Yeah. But basically players compete race to complete three stations in any order to obtain a flag in each station and return to the start. Each station is composed of an obstacle and a puzzle. The first two players to complete all three stations wins. So station one is the players must cross a balance beam to form six three-letter words on a word ring puzzle. Station two is the players must crawl underneath a net through some mud before solving the puzzle, which requires them to rearrange a stack of colored discs so that each stack is the same color. And then players, station three is Gigi's favorite Sudoku puzzle.
I am telling you, if I was ever on any type of challenge competition show and they gave me a Sudoku puzzle, literally, it's just over. I won't even try because I don't even understand. I would just be like, "Well, this is where I leave."
Yeah, so basically it was like this. I do enjoy. So let me backtrack first. So this is why I don't. I think this is why they should keep it gender specific because one, you have two guys versus a female. One, Tywin and Horatio wasn't even using that rope. They was just hopping up and across that obstacle board when they was doing it, and then yeah, I just don't think it's like again, it was an equalizer because like I feel like if it wasn't for the Sudoku, then it really would have
Yeah, if it wasn't for
been
that, I think that's where they try to even it out. But the mistake was that I think maybe that she saved it till last, and
yeah
she probably should have went there first, like
because
they
it takes
did.
more time
Yeah, you
and yeah
probably always do that first. And then also another mistake was that she went into that mud, like Kylan said, which made it more difficult for her to pour herself up. Because maybe she could have made it if those things didn't happen.
yeah. So yeah, I mean it was good. Kylan, Kylan and Horacio didn't help each other, but they also did
They helped
not
each
help
other a
each
little
other.
bit, but it wasn't a
Yeah,
plan to help each other. Just that they was at the same place at the same time, and they
yeah,
were talking
and
out loud.
yeah,
So yeah,
like Horacio said, it's not the person against Zara, but if we gotta come back in the house, it's like I said, it kind of works in their favor. Now, if it was like, let's say, a Jay, Zara, and Horacio or Colin situation, then it would be a little different than yeah, Zara, or if it's not it depends on the elimination and who's in there. But yeah, in that situation, it was better for those two to come into the house.
yeah. I think they're
But
two people that are winning for their Zara is really, really strong, but for their alliance, those are the two people that are winning. So when they have these if they keep doing like heats and stuff, and they are the two that won their heat, is just let's just say they'll keep winning their heat. And so it'll make their alliance more likely to keep their alliance in the game. So I like Zara. Out of all these three, I think they're the top three in the whole house. Frankly, Zara,
Yeah.
Horacio, and Kylan. But I did for this elimination. I was rooting more for them two to come back, only because I feel like they had a better shot of beating Jay and
And
that one.
Michelle. Yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
but other than that, I wish none of them was down there.
and then we even see TJ say, "Look here, next time I see y'all, y'all two better be in this final because y'all deserve." Basically, he's like, "Y'all deserve out of anybody in this house to be in that final, and I want to see y'all there because y'all are the strongest, guys in the house." And I don't see any lies.
Yeah, I think he said, "I want to see y'all at the final." You know who TJ want to win. It was clear.
Exactly.
TJ like, "I'm gonna see you at the final, Horacio, Kyla." So, yeah. So I'm with you, TJ. These need to be the winners, and what we
Yeah.
got to do to make it happen. But we're gonna see what happened next week. But Zara went home. It was very sad because first of all, she fought to the very end. My girl took off her shoes. She was
Took
ready
off
to
her shoes. She said, "You're not stopping me."
yeah. So she did it, and I know they're gonna bring her back. So
Yeah.
she did good
Uh,
her first season because we didn't know who she was that first season where she was with Wes, and she did good then, even though she left a little earlier, but she still did really good. And then this season she did great. It's just that
yeah.
this alliance is kind of is it's different. So but yeah, I bet you she'll come back. So I'm ready to see what she does. But we're gonna see what happens next week altogether. But
Yeah.
I didn't like the outcome of the episode, but it was a good episode.
Yeah, same. I definitely did not like the outcome. But right, let's get into our fantasy draft. In first place, we have Team Say with 2,878 points. He did
Mhm.
lose Raven this episode. Some of his big players were nobody. He didn't really get any comp points this episode. His
Mm,
main driver was in confessionals, and that was E-Man and then Raven before she left. So
okay.
he's still in first, but coming in second, slow but strong,
Mhm.
is my team with 2,761 points. I did unfortunately lose Azara this episode, but
You had the
I still
winner
have a
of that
strong,
challenge.
yeah, I still have a strong three people on the
Yeah.
team. Michelle, I'm a little although she's on my team, I just want her to leave. Like I don't want her to win this season, but for my team purposes, I'm rooting for her, I guess.
Yeah.
And then in third place, chugging a steady strong, we have Gigi with 1,863 points. Your biggest points came from Jay and Kylan. Kylan through his elimination wins, and then Jay through his verbal altercations this episode. And then he
Yeah.
also had a bunch of confessionals. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like I said, I didn't like the outcome of the episode. I didn't want Raven or Zara to leave, but I think it was an eventful episode. I don't think it was boring. It was frustrating, but it wasn't boring.
yeah,
So we'll see what happens on next week's episode with the drama and them doing the purge and the elimination each episode. Hopefully they don't like mess up when they throw it off where they give a cliffhanger on elimination. I hope they don't do that. Stay on schedule.
yeah,
Daily challenge, purge, elimination, end. I don't want them to get off track. but
yeah.
but yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, you know, Michelle and Jay's time is coming.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, we'll see. But please like and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And we will see you on our next video. Peace.